My memory is fine. My memory, take a look at what I've done since I've become president. None of you thought I could pass any of the things I got passed. How'd that happen? You know, I guess I just forgot what was going on.
In December, you told me that you believe there are many other Democrats who could defeat Donald Trump. So why does it have to be you now? What is your answer to that question?
Because I'm the most qualified person in this country to be president of the United States and finish the job I started.
It's the latest this morning. President Biden defending his mental fitness, pushing back on a special counsel report over his handling of classified documents, which described him as a, quote, sympathetic, well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory. Concerns about his ability to serve growing ahead of November's election. Valliere of AGF Investments writing this. Democrats we've talked with are increasingly inclined to call for a meeting with Biden, diplomatically suggesting he should step down. But that probably would infuriate him, which has prompted some Democrats to look at the 25th Amendment, which lays out a scenario that would lead to his ouster. Greg, I'm pleased to say, joins us now for more. Greg, let's get into that. The Democrats you've spoken to, senior Democrats, senators, who are these people?
Yeah, they're people on Capitol Hill who are increasingly worried, John, about a loss of the House, Senate, and White House in the next election. They fear that Biden could drag candidates down, and I think that's a legitimate fear.
Greg, is this because they're worried about his mental fitness, or is this because they're worried about the political ramifications around him continuing as the leader of the Democratic Party?
I think it's both. And just yesterday afternoon, when I was starting to feel they were picking on him and maybe it wasn't fair, he got the president of Mexico and the president of Egypt mixed up. This has been an extraordinary week for Biden, with one gaffe after another. And you have to ask the question, is there going to be more? And I think that the answer is yes.
So people are worried about angering him. Is there anyone around him to have an honest conversation about how to build up leaders within the Democratic Party around him so that if something does happen, he can do some sort of handoff?
He's pretty isolated, Lisa. I think, his wife, Kamala Harris, there are people who can talk to him, his son, who can talk to him and say, you've done a great job for almost 4 years. Maybe it's time to retire. But right now, I think that's still a long shot. And that's why the Democrats are increasingly worried about a really tough election.